Hi everyone, in this video we're going to be looking at the alias command, which is part of ANSI SQL. So, what is an alias? Simply put, they are temporary names that you assign to columns or tables. The purpose of doing so is typically just to make it clear for the user of the dataset as far as what they're looking at, or to make it easier for a developer to understand what's being referenced. Now, it's important to understand that you're not actually changing the name of the column. You're simply giving it a temporary alias as you output that data. Now, as far as implementing an alias, what we have to do is place the as keyword between the original column name and the alias that you want to name it. So, for instance, we have a customer table with a field called ID, as you can see here. And when we output this, we want the field to show as customer ID instead, just so that the end user has a better indication of what this field is referencing, right? Because on the right hand side, I have a clearer picture of what this ID is. It's a customer ID. So as a first example, we're going to be giving an alias to either a column or a field name within the table. So again, we have the customer table. And by default, I have two fields. I have the ID field and the name field. Now, as you'll notice, if I was just to look at this table, I don't have a clear indication of what this is. Am I looking at a customer table, or am I looking at a sales rep? Whatever the case might be. However, if we wanted to make this a lot more clearer for the end user, we could give it an alias as you see here. So we would say select ID as customer ID. So we're giving ID an alias of customer ID, and then the same thing with name. Select name as customer name from customer. And this is the output you would get. So effectively, you would rename the output for the end user. And obviously, this gives me a better, clearer understanding of what we're talking about here. We're talking about the customer. And in our next example, we're going to be applying the alias to a table or view. Now, obviously, this isn't something for the end user because this is just something that's going to stick in the code. You're not changing any sort of output or anything like that. This is really just used when you're working with joins, right? So I have a customer table here and I have a sales rep table here. They have very long names, and I'm joining these two tables. Now, naturally, when you're calling this and you have a select statement and you want to specify the list of field names that you want to appear, you're going to have to spell out both of these table names. It would have to be customer underscore tblsv dot id, customer underscore tblsv dot name, etc., so on and so forth. But if we were to provide an alias, we could say here that, hey, from now on, I'm going to refer to this table as just C. And likewise down here, I'm going to refer to the sales rep table as just S. So now when I come up here, I can just simply say C.ID, C.name, S.all, instead of having to type out the whole sort of name of the table. And also, this is very handy when you're working with subqueries and things like that, just so you have a better understanding of what that view is. Because when you're working with a lot of code, you might not know what exactly you're looking at. So you could easily give it an alias to get a better understanding of what it is. So if you ever have to come back in the future, or if there's another developer working on it, it's a lot more effective to understand what's going on there. And again, there are multiple reasons that you might want to do this. For instance, it might be just to make your query fit into an already established framework. So let's say I have a report out there and I'm looking to replace the data source. And my new data source has different column names. So instead of having to go at the report level on the front end and change everything around and remap everything, sometimes it's a lot more effective just to do that in the back end. So by using an alias, I could make those new column names reflect those old column names, and I would have a perfectly working solution. So it's really great for developers to keep things clean and concise. So thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you guys found it helpful. Please give the video a like and subscribe, and I look forward to seeing you soon.
Yeah.